The Kingdom Hearts series has been around for 16 years now. It's no secret that I, like many of you good people, have succumbed to the series and am falling down a never-ending pit of feels, confusion, and darkness. Lots and lots of darkness.
The darkness. Darkness.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Over the years, there have been many installments within the series, and I've played all the titles countless times, and I love all of them. Well, except for Recoded.
Take that pile of filth out with you.
Oh, Mr. Krabs!
Each game has introduced new or evolved mechanics that can make the gameplay more fun or strategic, as well as compelling plot devices that drive the narrative further and drive me further into madness.
Pinwheels! Pinwheels in my head! Voices! Angry fish!
We've seen that Kingdom Hearts 3 will take things like flow motion, reaction commands, and D-links, and evolve or build upon them, and though I don't believe we will see too many more surprising mechanics returning within Kingdom Hearts 3 from previous titles, I figured it would be fun to try and take a look back and give you guys 5 things from previous Kingdom Hearts games that I think should never return to the series. But before we get started, I just want to go ahead and say that this is a completely subjective list, and so you may not agree with all or any of my opinions, and that is okay, because just because I don't want something to return doesn't necessarily mean that it was bad, and I'd love to know what things you do or don't want to see return from previous titles in the future, so make sure you leave all that good stuff in the comment section below, and without further ado, let's go. Let's kick this list off simple with the very first thing that came to my mind when I started thinking back on the things I didn't want to return, and that has got to be musical worlds. We saw this in Kingdom Hearts 2's version of Atlantica, and this is something that a lot of fans have talked about with the possibility of a musical Frozen world. And I hate to say it, guys, but I honestly do think that there is a possibility we might see a musical world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Not just because we saw one in Kingdom Hearts 2, but Nomura even wanted to try and make Final Fantasy Versus 13 into a musical at one point. Yeah, no, you heard me right. He wanted to take Versus 13, which is now Final Fantasy 15, and make it into a musical, you know, with songs and dance numbers. So it doesn't take a mind reader to see this man has clearly got an interest in bringing musicals to whatever game he can, and apparently even to the ones that he shouldn't.
Faith and gives me strength to believe.
We're breaking free.
I know that these are Disney worlds and that those songs originate in the movies these worlds are based in, and truly, it's nothing against the songs. I love Disney movies and can still get down to whatever Disney song is playing, and there's zero shame in that, but that doesn't make a musical world feel any less out of place within Kingdom Hearts, and it most definitely doesn't make it any more fun either. I can honestly say without a doubt that Atlantica being a musical world is my least favorite thing about Kingdom Hearts 2. If I had to pick something that I hate to complete throughout Kingdom Hearts 2, this is what I find the most boring and tedious to have to complete. So please, Nomura, if you want to throw like one song into a world and let that be a minigame or something, fine. I have no issues with rhythm games. In fact, I actually really enjoy them, but please, 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 for the love of Sora's mom, don't make an entire world a musical. Alright, for my number 4 pick, I am going with Dream Eaters as party members, and some of you may absolutely hate me for this one. I don't know how common or unpopular that opinion is, so I'm sorry if I offended your babies, but this was honestly probably one of my least favorite things about Dream Drop Distance, and if you enjoyed them, that's cool, but personally, I don't want to play the Kingdom Hearts version of Nintendogs, and while I do admit some of the minigames for the Dream Eaters were fun, I didn't like the amount of time that was required to spend petting and playing with the Dream Eaters to unlock all of the abilities, just to lose half of those abilities when you swap to start leveling up the next Dream Eater. Plus, when it comes to my party and RPGs, I like having party members that I care about, and I feel like maybe that's what they were trying to achieve with the bonding aspect of it, but it was a bit of a tedious chore and fell short of the mark. I think it's pretty obvious that Kingdom Hearts 3 is not bringing back Dream Eaters as party members, not only because we know that Sora will be accompanied by the boys Donald and Goofy, but also because we know that Dream Eaters are returning in form of Links, which is the combination of summons and D-Links from Birth by Sleep. But with that said, it doesn't rule out the possibility of them appearing by our side in the future of this series. We never know where Kingdom Hearts is going to take us, but I really hope that it doesn't take us there. So I wanted to mention them, and yeah, like I said, you know, if your Dream Eaters are like your poopsies or something, then yeah, sorry. Moving along, Birth by Sleep introduced one of my favorite additions to the command deck system, and that is command melding. It allowed you to take commands and combine them to make better ones, and I really enjoyed this mechanic because I had a lot of fun melding the commands to try and see what I could make and try to get the the most powerful commands, and I really like the way the abilities were linked to the melding system and how they handled that, where you only need the ability link commands equipped until you leveled them up, and then you can keep those abilities even without that command equipped. And I know some of you are confused as hell because this is supposed to be a list of mechanics that I don't like or don't want to return, and I'm sitting here saying that I enjoy it, but that's the truth. I do enjoy this mechanic, however, it isn't one that I think should ever return to the Kingdom Hearts series. And the reason is because with so many different abilities, finding the right combination wasn't always easy for a lot of people, and so a lot of people didn't even meld many commands, and what ends up happening is people don't get the abilities that you typically get as you progress through the other games, and they think that there is no HP boost or no combo boost or leaf bracer or any of these other abilities that really help come the end of the game, and this really hinders the experience for a lot of people. And that's why while there are some real complaints and issues with Birth by Sleep, you'll hear all the time people say nonsensical things too, and it's because they didn't even understand all of the aspects of the game. And sure, you can say that's the player's fault, and I mean, I can't argue with that logic, but at the same time, it seems that this is a common problem I have seen with Birth by Sleep, and almost every person I've brought it up to didn't even know about it, or at the very least, didn't really care to meld at all. So I felt while it was something really interesting and I enjoyed, I think it'd probably be best if it was left out of the series. Number 2 on this list is going to be time travel, and obviously I do mean as a plot device and not as a gameplay mechanic, and if this is one that you agree with me on, too damn bad, because I already know, and you should probably already know too, that time travel has at least an 88% chance of making its way into Kingdom Hearts 3. So why did I add it? Because again, this list is not only subjected to Kingdom Hearts 3, but the future of the series in general, and I really hope that if time travel does in fact come back in Kingdom Hearts 3, which I think it will, that it's wrapped up there too, because I really don't want it to be something that's popping in and out of the series. Time travel within Kingdom Hearts is confusing. There's no arguing it. Even if you understand time travel in Kingdom Hearts, there is no denying that it is definitely the most confusing plot device that has been presented in the series, and not just due to the fact that the series had never mentioned any sort of time travel, or even nod towards the idea of time travel existing in Kingdom Hearts before randomly introducing it in Dream Drop Distance, but even in how it's presented and lore behind it. Whether you are watching YouTube videos, reading comments, or going through the forum posts, this seems to be the thing that stumps a large portion of the fanbase, and I'm not saying I want a simple plot, but I think that time travel just in it of itself is already a confusing plot device and adds way too much confusion to the already twisted plot that is Kingdom Hearts. I do hope that time travel is better fleshed out within Kingdom Hearts 3, so maybe it isn't so confusing to so many people, but with so many different things that need fleshing out in Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't know that they would make time travel an area of focus, and so as of right now, I definitely do not want it to return after Kingdom Hearts 3 if it doesn't need to. In the number 1 spot on the things that I hope never return in the Kingdom Hearts series is the card battle system from Chain of Memories, and I personally have a love-hate relationship with Chain of Memories because I really do like it. It has a great story to it, and it introduced some of my most favorite characters throughout the series, like my all-time favorite organization waifu, and you guys already know who that is.
I'm Larxene.
What? Larxene, get the f*** out! But as far as the card system goes, I don't particularly hate the battle system as much as other people do, but it's definitely the biggest thing to get over when playing the game, and that's not easy for everyone, and you really can't even blame anyone for that because this battle system makes Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories so vastly different in terms of gameplay from all of the other installments that it's almost like a completely different type of game, and so it makes sense that if people come exactly for what they got in Kingdom Hearts 1, then they are going to skip this one and choose not even to play it. And it's because of this battle system that many fans don't even know a thing about what happens in Chain of Memories and the really good story presented within it. And so while I don't think it's something they would ever go back to because they know that system was not successful with the fanbase, and on top of that, it was a mechanic caused by the effects of Castle Oblivion, which I think is safe to say will probably go back to being the land of departure within Kingdom Hearts 3. But I wanted to mention it anyways and have it as my number 1 because it is definitely the most disliked mechanic that was tried throughout the series, and even though I personally didn't hate it and I feel it worked for the title, I definitely don't want to go back to it in a future title either. But yeah guys, that is 5 things from previous Kingdom Hearts games that I never want to see in the series again. Let me know which ones you agree with, don't agree with, or something I didn't mention that you don't want to see. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions, so make sure you leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then please leave a like and make sure that you subscribe to my channel, not only to stay up to date with my weekly, sometimes more than weekly content, but also because this just in, Moogles are going extinct, and every time that one of of you guys subscribes, a new Moogle is born. So make sure you guys subscribe, you get weekly content, we become best friends, and you guys get to contribute to the restoration of the Moogle civilization. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time.